Hello and welcome to Cosmic Crit. I'm Rebecca, and I am so excited to announce that we have been doing this podcast for 6 whole months now. It's been 6 months since the release of Starfinder, and we've been having so much fun playing Dead Sun's Adventure Path and playing with this new system, and we're so glad that you've stuck around with us and are having fun right alongside us. We've recently launched a new Discord server specifically for our Crittermanders, so if you're a fan of the show and want to connect with the cast and with other fans of the show, check out our Discord. There's a link to it on our website at cosmiccrit.com. We also recently launched a new store where you can get awesome t-shirts and merchandise to show off your love for the show. And of course, as always, we love it when you give us reviews on iTunes. It's so helpful to get our name out there and get other people listening to the show, which of course is going to translate to us doing more of what we do. Of course, you can also find us on Twitter and Facebook, or you can always email us directly at cosmiccrit@gmail.com. And following us on social media is a great way to find out about new stuff like the store and the Discord, and also things like our fan challenges, which change every month. We're currently wrapping up the Critical Failure Challenge, where we're building a critical fail deck. If you are still thinking about submitting, you better get those submissions in before the end of the month. And we've got another challenge coming up the first Friday of March. So I'm not going to take any more of your time. Get ready for episode 27, The Shape of Slaughter.
Last time on Cosmic Crits.
Cult of the Devourer. More like Cult of the Deleted.
Remy plays telephone with the rest of the group as he's the sole translator of Paneliar, the Solarian elf guard of the temple.
How do none of us speak Elven?
Alyndra's astronomy studies finally come in handy, allowing the party to avoid the temple's traps.
These traps have us seeing stars.
The gang was ambushed by cultists.
Edris and the group learned firsthand how the mechanics for machine guns work. They hurt.
We found Professor Solstarny!
Oh, so that's Solstarny.
Ugly goons, traps, puzzles, and a hot professor. Best elven temple ever.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
My dear knackers and valises, 147ers and brandywesks, gobs, mobs, panpipe blowers and asokigers, Edris girdles and eel boots, welcome to the 27th birthday of the Lord of the Crits. My name is Patrick Baggins, and I'm your GM, your Gandalf mentor, and you're listening to Cosmic Crit. Joining me on this epic journey to simply walk into Mordor are a collection of visitors, well-wishers, and distant relations that I call 5 friends and players. To my left, no fastball specials here, because nobody tosses an Ahsoki. Drew playing Axe Izrak.
And my axe!
To his left, he's never late to recording this podcast, nor is he early. It's Jabert playing Andis 147.
I arrive precisely when I intend to.
Across the digital table, he's had one breakfast, yes, but hasn't touched his second breakfast. Miles playing Raymond.
Fly, you fools!
And to his left, no mere Solarian. This is Alyndra, daughter of Valis, with Rebecca playing Alyndra Valis.
If you want him, come and claim him.
And to my right, you shall not pass this reflex save. Tyler playing Adros Veron.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Hey everybody, we are back for episode 27, but there's no time for crit chat this week because we have a massive episode to get to, and believe it or not, Rebecca wants to get to the play.
Yeah, I do.
I'm psychic. I don't know if I mentioned that. But, so let's just get right into the game. I'm going to go ahead and do something I've not done at the start of any episode. I'm just going to Babe Ruth it, point out to the left field and say, Knack is going to die? Yeah, probably Knack. You guys ready to play?
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah!
Not
right.
anymore.
Last time, you all made your way into the fabled Temple of the 12, battling this ancient guardian that stood out front. Inside, you found Professor Solstarny, and you battled traps and a band of evil cultists. And that's where we left off. You guys were picking over these cultists that you killed, having this Kasathan doctor explain, there's some mystery afoot, pointing towards the inner sanctum of the temple and kind of explaining what's going on there.
Patrick, that was a great recap, but what was the name of the temple again?
Yes, the Temple of the 12. You guys, oh no. Oh. I should have never given you this power, Tyler. The aforementioned holy site. I think I wrote holy site in my notes just so I didn't say it. Yeah, you guys are talking with Dr. Solsarni is right after this battle. You've got some time if anybody wants to take a 10-minute rest break. And while you're collecting gear and collecting yourself, you can right now. Just go ahead and mark that resolve point off your sheet. Dr. Solsarni, whoever's interested, wants to come up and look at the door, says, listen, there is a secret about the temple that I didn't reveal to the cultists. The ancient elves, they found something in the heavens, a secret that they were so worried about, they sealed it away in this temple and erased their city below. They did their best to hide it from the entire universe. You see what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I feel a clue must lie within this inner sanctum. As you can see, it was built many, many years before the people converted to following Ibra and stopped worshipping the goddess Desna. We must then find a way inside, but I have not been able to figure out this damnable lock.
Can I sense motive on Solstarni?
Yeah, go right ahead.
That's a natural 2028.
How many of those we gotta roll, guys? Come on. Come on, it's too many. Yeah, she's completely on the level. She seems very excited, very scared as well. You sense a lot of trepidation. She seems relieved, though, that you're here. All picking up, basically, she's telling the truth.
All right, Professor, well, just calm down. We're here. We took care of the cultists. Let's just see what we can do about this. You said it was a lock?
Yeah, so on the door to the inner sanctum, barring your way into it, is an arcane-looking lock. It is carved stations, and around it there are 12 diamond-shaped depressions. Lying at Solsarni's feet on a piece of white canvas, the professor has laid out in front of her these 12 small stone tablets, and written on them are stylized elvish runes, and they depict on them the numbers 1 through 12. She says, I as of yet have been unable to decipher the key to unlocking this puzzle. The inscription, though, here reads, across space comes the prophesied final gateway. Would you all like to take a look? So this is a puzzle door, and as I said, it's the same kind of layout as the tattoo on Alyndra's arm. It's this 12-pointed starlight constellation, and at each point there is a small divot, a small hole that will fit one of these numbers, these numbered runes, 1 through 12. And yeah, you guys in Roll20 can see that I've made the pieces. You can move them around and kind of put them in different corners. Any thoughts on this puzzle while you guys are looking at it?
So you said it's similar to Alyndra's tattoo. Can she compare it in some way? Like, is that a clue?
Well, I mean, it's the same symbol that you've seen in a few different places now, from the Stargazer statue to having been depicted in this temple. And it does, it looks like a dodecagon, a 12-sided shape. Almost circular, but this symbol in front of you has these lines carved between each of the points of the constellation. Very faint lines in the stonework. Nothing that you've seen before as, like a real constellation.
And so the keys are going to go on the outside of this shape, not any point on the inside?
All on the outside, yeah.
Okay.
So to explain, if you guys do want to move them in any particular order, what you're doing.
Right now, they are being put in numerically, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds like something some idiot would have in his luggage. But,
well, so Solstarni, looks you over and sees you putting them in order like that, and says, "I too thought of an ancient Golarian timepiece with the 12 at the top here, followed by 1, and then traveling in the so-called clockwise fashion. I even reversed it too and put it in a few different places, but it did not seem to do anything in that order."
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think of it like this. So there are 6 pairs of numbers here. any two pairs can be added up to 13. I'm wondering if there's something to do with that.
Why 13 and not 12?
Well, because they add up to 13s. Pairs.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'm just saying.
yeah,
like, it's the temple. It's
Try to keep with me here, Knack.
it's the
Andis-
temple of the 12. Just
Andis, you've arranged them. You've got 1 through 6 on one side, going clockwise, and then 7 through 12 on the opposite side.
Right.
As you arrange them like this, so as
Door opens and the eternal truth of the universe becomes one with you.
as you place a few of these stones in place, a faint band of light comes up and crosses between the two of them. This orange kind of wisp of energy coalesces and burns between the 7 and the 6 and the 8 and the 5 and the 9 and the 4. Draw that on the map real quick.
What if we swapped the order of the 10 through 12 and the 1 through 3, or like one of the two? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Edros will say, I don't like any of this elvish puzzle nonsense. I mean, why couldn't they just put like a big monster in front of the door that we could kill? Although the last big monster that was in front of a door almost killed me, so you know what? I like this elvish puzzle. It's a good puzzle. I think that more people should do these.
So yeah, switching up some of the numbers, it looks like another band of orange energy burns between the 1 and the 12, 10 and the 3, and the 11 and the 2. And as you lock them into place, more energy coalesces and cascades off the door. These magical sparks fill the air around it, and the entire stone panel begins to spin counterclockwise, unlocking. You hear these massive grinding metallic noises somewhere within the stone door as the mechanisms stir, and the door slides open. You see a dimly lit chamber inside.
Patrick, I'm really sorry that I just like train wrecked your puzzle.
No, I mean,
We solved the puzzle.
you solved it.
I mean,
I'm
no,
so
that's,
happy you guys didn't try a clock face for like an hour.
Edris would just kind of look at Andis like, wow, I mean, I'm glad you're around, Andis.
Jibber, what's Andis's intellect score again?
Oh, that's a great question.
Maybe a better question, what's Jibber's intellect score?
Andis has an intellect of 18.
Yeah, he got that. Got that on lock. So there's not...
That's that smart boy.
I mean, yeah. It's really as you started throwing together some of the pieces that you saw these lines of energy kind of burn and light up, and maybe that's where you got the idea. But yeah, it only takes you a short while, maybe that 10-minute rest break. And Professor Solstarny says, oh, yes, that is it. You've done it. As you're about to step forward, you see, though, on the floor separating this inner chamber from where you stand, in Elvish script, something written there. And Raimi, you can read it easily enough still. It says, a warning to outsiders. Only those of the most pious elven kind may enter.
I think we're all right.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I mean, here's the thing. None of us are going to pay attention to this warning anyway.
So was that elf back in the other room? That was legitimately mummified, right?
Yeah, it definitely. I believe Raimi was able to determine some kind of necrotic energy was keeping him animated. You know, he was some sort of undead creature, magical undead creature.
Okay, but no like blood or anything.
Nope,
Right.
nothing bloody.
should we ask the professor before we just walk in here if she
You don't know the
knows what
warning.
that means? Oh, I'm sorry. I presumed that you would share that warning that you could easily read with us.
Absolutely not. You go first, Knack.
Dr. Solstarny
It says short
does
people
read
in the
Elven.
front.
Yeah, no, Dr. Solstarny can relay that to all of you, and she says, "This is one of the Otian elves' most sacred places, thousands of years old. Try not to break anything." She looks at you, Edros.
Listen, it's elvish garbage. If I break something, I'll replace it.
Literally,
Can't replace this stuff at all.
These people went.
They died out.
This culture does not exist anymore. There's no replacing anything here.
All right, well then what's the big deal about it? A bunch of dead elves. Let's move on.
I can't believe I partnered with you. Maybe just keeps on walking.
Right, so, well, this is a very dark room. Those of dark vision can see. As you're looking at the outside of the structure, it seems the walls here at first were a very large cylinder in the center of the Great Temple, but it now looks, as you're on the south side, the vantage point, the walls are curved, and you can tell that this inner sanctum is in the shape of a butterfly. The
Like
style...
Desna.
Yeah, the style of architecture here looks much more arcane, very ancient, and a lot older than the rest of the temple that kind of surrounds it. As you walk inside, so those of you with dark vision can see a number of items throughout this chamber, this inner room. You see at the landing of a few stairs leading up, 2 large elven statues, a table laden with astrolabes and sextants and space-gazing equipment, as well as a mosaic of the solar system baked into the table itself. Along the walls, there are dozens of large, sturdy wooden and metal cases, hundreds of physical books and scrolls lining them. In the back on the landing is a metal spiral staircase leading upwards, 100 feet upwards.
Alyndra takes a moment, and she's like Belle in Beast's library right now.
Mhm.
Like a bunch of books. She's really excited about it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have time to read it.
So you guys going in?
Yeah.
Andis
Mhm.
goes in.
Okay, well, that's a shame
I
because
mean-
you're not of pious elven blood, Andis, so
Yeah.
breaking the rules
Edris
there.
is-
Oh, I'm not technically of anybody's blood, so.
He's got you there.
Oh, science.
Edris is just kind of hanging by the door. He's not really stepping through the door.
Gotcha. Dr. Solstarny, as she sees this open, sees all these scrolls, just immediately runs in, goes to one of the corners, and starts perusing very carefully all of the contents here, and is muttering to herself like, "Oh my, oh my."
That's funny. Alyndra's doing the same thing on the other side.
Yeah.
We can share notes.
As you step forward, Alyndra, encroaching on this, maybe 1,000-year-old silence, you hear something crunch beneath your feet.
Oh no.
And you look down, and it's a very shiny protein bar's foil wrapper.
Uh-oh. Somebody else has been here.
And it's at that moment that you feel movement ahead of you in the darkness as the 2 large statues of elven figures step off of their bases and draw these spears and level them in your guys' direction.
Oh no.
And they say in Elven, Raimi, you hear them outside say,
Leave this hallowed place or face death eternal.
They're saying leave or die.
so, yeah, there's a few guys in here. What do you want to do?
So Alyndra would like to step forward with the candy wrapper in hand, or the granola bar, or whatever you call it, as evidence, and use diplomacy with these elves.
These statues.
These elf
Yeah,
statues.
statues. Yeah. I mean, they're
Face palms.
sentient.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
place
and
out.
I'd like to show them we are here to help you. You have been infiltrated. I mean, obviously, because I have a wrapper in hand that is not mine.
Because they certainly didn't murder whoever held that wrapper beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hershey's company has been.
Hey, guys. We're about to learn a very important lesson.
I'd like to see this diplomacy roll very much, Rebecca.
Okay.
Very much.
Natural 20, and that makes it a 30. So.
Oh, it's so nice. It would be awesome if you spoke their language, but you're walking up to them. Walking up to them with a candy bar. So one of the elven statues comes over to you and takes it from your hand, very puzzled. Raimi, you can hear outside this statue, this stone and metal construct, say in Elven,
Leave now. Only elves are allowed.
and kind of points the spear in your direction.
He wasn't impressed by your candy wrapper and says only elves are allowed.
Okay,
I
maybe
think
I should
we should-
leave. Maybe I should leave.
Oh.
Yeah, I think maybe we should listen to the statues.
Hey, Knack.
Yeah.
Don't you have that hollow projector thing that can change how you look?
Yeah.
I do.
I wonder if you can you make yourself look like a pretty elf and go in there and get what we need?
I can. I'm gonna bet that. Well, you know what? We'll try it, but I'm gonna run at the first sign of trouble. Okay? Because I don't.
No, I agree. That's a good idea. You should definitely run.
Gonna
He'll be a
just.
short elf, won't he? I mean,
But here's
Well,
the problem with that plan. He doesn't speak Elvish.
that too.
Well, can you give it to Raimi? Is it something that can be like passed on, and then we can make Raimi look
it's
like
just,
an elf?
it's just a hollow projector. It's a temporary thing. But yeah.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, here you go, Flyboy. Take it.
So the hollow skin that you have, it is pretty basic piece of tech. It's this little thing that Knack has had strapped to his arm for some time, and it helps you use the disguise skill to change your appearance. You can change your race, kind of the features of your face, and maybe even the creature type. You can't really change your size too much, and it allows you to increase the DC of your disguise check against perception checks that involve looking you over.
By the way, if this doesn't work, Raimi can turn people invisible. Just a reminder.
Myself.
Because it is Knack's hollow skin, I'll Knack allow you to roll the disguise check. If you would like to make Raimi into an elf, you can roll that.
All right, I'm gonna help you tune this thing up. Okay.
All right.
That's 15.
Get a little bit of a bonus for hollow skin. You've encoded this, and suddenly the ears on Raimi elongate, and he takes on kind of more gaunt features, perhaps. Raimi's looking pretty elvish, looking like an elf. Are you headed on in, Raimi?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to get a little closer than that. You want to talk to these statues, right? As soon as you enter the room again, through the darkness, they step off their platforms once more and come up to you. Their spears pointed in your direction, and they just start scanning you up and down, looking at you. Wow. Do you want to go ahead and roll a mysticism check for me, Raimi?
Sure. That's 18 plus 7, so 25.
Nice. Well, you've got a pretty good idea what these are. You've seen perhaps these kind of magical constructs used elsewhere. They're what's known as a lore guardian. And yeah, they're set up to guard secrets in ancient places such as this. These ones, as you get a closer look at them, do look like elven warriors in armor, toting these long spears.
Okay.
They're pretty tough cookies. You can see bands of adamantine kind of like woven into different parts of them.
Adamantium?
Adamantine.
Oh.
No, that's still not good. That's still not good.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I just thought it was worse.
They're giving off a great deal of magical energy as they step up to you, and they're gonna take a good long look at you. Oh, real quick here. Bop. Right, so they both look you over. They have their spears drawn on you, and they eventually kind of stow them at their side and say,
Welcome, kinsmen,
Thank you, Lord Guardian.
to the Temple of the Gate.
and yeah.
Hold on. Does Alyndra hear this happening?
But she doesn't speak Elvish.
In Elven, yeah, outside.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you can see too far in there because it is pretty dark. What do you want to do, Miles? What's Rainbow want to do?
Lord Guardians, some interlopers came this way, and this group of adventurers and I are trying to stop them. Do you know where they went?
They kind of look at one another and say,
Another elf was here last night.
they point at this table, this stone table that has some books and scrolls kind of spread out across it.
Do you know the purpose for their visit?
They shake their head no.
Okay. And can you tell me where they went?
Once again, they nod
their heads.
no. Yeah.
Lord Guardians, if it would please you, may I allow the group that I came with to enter here so that we can help stop them from stealing our temple's secrets?
Miles, you know how much I love you as GM, right? You're one of my
No.
favorites. You're one of my favorites. I'm going to need you to make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
Have these guardians of lore, of knowledge, allow in outsiders.
Can I assist from outside the gate?
You might need to. We got a 11 rolled here.
Should I try?
Yeah, I'll allow a couple people to aid by,
All right. So
genuflecting and coming inside the room.
nice. So as far as research stuff, I would guess Alyndra, and who else has a high?
I don't
Culture.
want to go. I don't want to go in the room. I'll stay out here and enjoy the dead bodies.
All right, so Knack, I guess you.
And my culture is
Wanna come
super
in?
high, so that would be
Okay,
smart.
cool.
Unfortunately, that even with eating, that 11 is not going to be enough. You don't have anything in diplomacy, Mose? Is that right?
No, I don't have anything.
Awesome. As
I'm glad we walked in the room.
Great.
yeah. All right. So as you're explaining to these elven statues just exactly what you're here for, and then a Lashunta and an Ahsoki, two races that these things have probably never seen before, come in and start speaking other languages at them. They get very confused, very unhappy, and they draw their weapons again. And this time they seem to be serious, and they say,
None are allowed here. You all must leave. You are not allowed.
"What do you want to do, Raimi?"
Alyndra, Knack, get out of there.
I tell them both to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alyndra leaves.
So as you're walking out, one of them hooks the spear at
Alyndra.
Knack. Ooh, it misses though. I rolled a natural 1.
Right over my head.
Short joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it does go over your head. The spear kind of clatters to the ground behind Edros, but all of a sudden this statue disappears in a wisp of smoke in front of you, Raimi, and teleports to where it is holding the spear right behind Edros.
Oh,
We are in combat.
This is some Final Fantasy 15 stuff. Come on.
And I rolled initiative. We all rolled initiative before we started playing tonight. And that was the surprise round. At the top of the first order combat with these lower guardians is Alyndra Vallis.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to move.
Alrighty,
Okay,
so
cool.
you step in on the western side of the lower guardian.
Right. Going toward photon attunement, and I'm going to use my solar weapon, and I have my gluon crystal installed now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we'll pick up from last week's episode. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
All right, so that's an attack of 10.
Ooh, that is going to be a miss. Yep.
Yeah.
You bring your solar weapon to bear on the stone statues. It just bounces right off. Does no damage. Raimi, you are next. I believe.
Right. So I'm going to move between Andis and Knack, and then I'm going to turn around and take a shot at...
At the one still in the inner chamber.
Yes.
So you've gone to the precipice. You've gone back out into the outside the temple there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What are you doing?
I'm going to shoot with my laser rifle.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack. Ooh, that's a hit.
24.
Yep.
For 7 points of damage.
Alrighty, no concealment because you've got that dark vision. Alrighty, so yeah, you score a hit on this thing. It doesn't seem to do that much damage once again because, as you know, it is basically just made of stone and very, very strong metal. This adamantine.
Just for clarification, so the fire damage didn't do as much.
It doesn't seem to score as strong a hit. It just kind of, burns the top layer of the stone.
Okay, I just wanted to. Okay, yeah, it made more sense once I heard stone, but I was just like, I wanted to make sure that we weren't just saying oh, it's DR versus.
Oh yeah,
all
these
weapons.
these guys definitely have some kind of damage reduction on them because they are not living creatures; they're constructs.
Right.
That takes us to Edros Varanus. You have this Lord Guardian that's teleported out of the room and is standing right behind you.
Well, I didn't learn much about stonemasonry in military school, but I reckon I can take apart this stupid statue. I will take a guarded step so that I am flanking with Alyndra, and then I will attack with the curved blade that I draw on my movement. Aha! Oh, that's going to be a natural 20!
Hyler has rolled a natural 20.
Wait, did
No.
anybody else
Hang
see
on.
what happened with that
Hang on.
D10?
It's not just a natural 20.
Yeah,
It's max damage, boys!
this is disgusting.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
I quit the podcast, I guess. I mean, right? I have to go. I've got so many other things I could be doing with my time. I'm getting critted by you fools. So that is what we call on this show a cosmic crit. A natural 20 and max damage. Pretty exciting, but I need you to go ahead and roll that damage again because that is definitely a critical hit.
I'll go ahead and roll it again.
Go ahead and roll it again.
That's another 15 damage for a total of 35 damage. But I'm guessing you don't take bleed damage. So.
Oh, it definitely doesn't have anything to bleed. But you bring this massive curved blade, this carbon steel. It slices right through the middle of the statue, these metallic bands offering no resistance, and the statue topples over, destroyed.
Edros, a huge high five. Big high five over the body.
Oh, man. And
Like
Raymond's
big
like,
high five.
that's why I teamed up with you.
Looking good, Evie. Looking good.
35 points of damage. What the blade?
Edris looks at Solstarn and goes, "You know what? I might not be able to replace that."
Yeah, she's behind you, immediately behind you, just. Oh boy, we're still turn one. Mac, is this Racket's turn?
To the remaining statue, I say, Prunk, get him!
Edros in particular, get him!
And
Do you have any
I
standard action, something you'd like to do?
Yeah, I am going to assume that my semi-auto pistol is going to do more damage than any of my other energy-based weapons to this statue. So I'm going to quick draw that out of a cheek pouch and fire. And that is a 22 to hit.
23 with get him, that's a hit.
For 6 damage.
Nice.
Already, once again, you score, a superficial wound, but that takes us to Andis's turn. Andis, you're next.
All right. Andis is going to quick draw, laser rifle, and track, take a shot. Oh, only 15 on the hit.
16 with get him.
That's a hit.
Oh, is it really? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Max damage.
Booyah!
That's 12 points.
All right, yeah. So you score pretty. It looks like you've done as much damage as the previous 2 shots on this remaining statue with that 1 hit. So it's taken 3 shots now. It is still up. It is angry, and it is. Let's see who it's very angry with. Of course, it's angry with the fake elf, and it steps right up to Raimi to spear you. Okay, so it just hits you here. The spear going through your shoulder, 11 points of damage. And that's all of this turn. And that brings us, top of the order, turn to Alyndra.
Okay, so the statue is right at the entrance, and Raimi is right at the entrance on the outside, and I am on the very outside. So can I guess I'll use my...
You could hold your action.
Yeah, I'll just hold my action.
Yeah,
Let me do
well,
that.
so
It's a good call, Jabert.
you'd be holding your turn, not like a single action. So when you want to jump back into the turn order, you let me know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, if you want to just go right after Raimi, it's his turn right now.
All right. The first thing that Raimi is going to do is cast Magic Missile.
A classic. It will provoke an attack of opportunity, though.
Are you sure you don't want to back up first?
Yeah, take a guard step.
Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna cast Jolting Surge, which does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Oh, jeez. Why is Technomancer so good?
So this is a new spell I haven't used yet.
Yeah, you got it at level.
I got it at level
4.
2 or 3. I've had this one for a while. So this one, you touch a target with a device that you're holding that uses electricity, requiring a melee attack against the target's EAC. Alternatively, you can instead touch an electrical device a target is wearing. If your attack hits, the electrical device surges out of control, dealing 4d6 electricity damage to your target. My melee, because I don't ever use it, +3, okay. That adds the +2, so that's going to be a +5, which is basically my laser rifle.
Roll a d20. Let's see what happens.
All right. Ooh. And then +1 with get him, that's 18.
That is a hit against the EAC.
And so I roll 4d6.
Nice. Yeah, rarely are you this close up into combat,
So that is 4 + 4 is 8, +2 is 10, +6 is 16 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. It seems to take that energy very well. Parts of it are, kind of shaken, little chunks of stone falling off of it in various places. It is still up, but yeah, it is, moving slower. It's kind of like a little janky. It's not doing too well.
And then I'm going to move.
Yeah, so you just guarded step backwards if you'd like. Alyndra, did you want to go now?
Yeah, sure. I can go now, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to move, and then I'm going to Stellar Rush and try to Bull Rush, especially since we have people who like to, shoot things right at the door.
Sure. Do you need any lead-up space for Solar Rush? I
think it's only 10 feet.
Right, so you don't have that in these.
Oh, am I not?
This very
Can I
tight.
just move here? Like
You
on
just-
top of this dead body?
You can just move. Yeah, actually, I didn't even see that. So you can like run and jump over the dead statue, move backwards, and then take a full stellar rush. So yeah. That's
totally. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to try to kick it back with a bull rush.
fine. Okay.
So that's a 11 to attack.
That's a failure,
God.
but it has made its reflex save here for the damage. So go ahead and roll the 2d6 as your solar punch kind of knocks through it.
So 4?
Yeah. So 4. So it only takes 2 damage. Ooh, it's still up. It is still up. And that is your turn. Next is Edros, who's outside behind a whole bunch of his teammates.
Edris takes a guarded step back so that he's behind the body that he just totally crushed.
Just a reminder, I rolled that 20, guys.
Yeah. And he is going to pull out one of his grenades while he is moving.
Ooh.
And then loft it towards the area behind the statue. And so let's make the attack roll. And then we'll figure out what grenade I'm throwing, friends.
Well, no, you need to declare that right now.
Oh no, you want me to do that now? Wow, that sounds awful. Let's see.
Rules.
Well, these are bad rules. I have an incendiary grenade.
Okay, mark 1.
Just mark 1. This isn't a lot.
Right, so the flame you want to drop right at its feet, right? Because it has a 5-foot range.
Yes.
So you're within 20 feet, so there will be no additional modifiers. Just go ahead and roll that attack roll.
Throw it.
Oh boy.
And here we go.
Oh boy.
That's a 10.
Natural 2 on the dice. You do get a negative because you're trying to hook it past Alyndra, so it does get a +4 on this AC to hit a DC 5. But that is a hit with a 10. You needed a 9, so no ones, I guess. Glad you're right within the 20 feet there. Okay, so I need to make a reflex save, which no, I have failed the reflex save. I've rolled a 7. So it's taken full damage. Go ahead and roll that.
I believe that's a D6.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so here's your 1d6 of damage.
Roll high.
I'm hoping. That's going to be 4 points of damage. Are you going to take any burn damage on that, Mr. Patrick?
Nah, probably not. I'm good.
That makes sense. All right, I'm done.
I will double check that, but you hit this grenade right at its feet, and a tornado of flame kind of shoots up and surrounds this thing. It doesn't seem to do really anything. 4 damage. Yeah, it's against construct, bleed, death, disease, mind affecting. Actually, it might take burn damage, but I saved against it, so
the burn would only apply if you failed your reflex. If you succeeded,
right.
It wouldn't apply.
It does the damage no matter what, but okay, so it's fine. So you've thrown this grenade. Doesn't seem to have too much of an effect. That brings us to Nax Izrak, next in the turn.
All right. So trademark, get him. Now, if I fire, I'm past the door.
Mm-hmm.
But do I get an attack of opportunity, or does the statue get an attack of opportunity if I try to shoot it?
You are right next to it, so that would provoke an attack of opportunity. That's one of the 3 things that does. You could guard it a step away from it first if you'd like, and then shoot.
But
no, get him as a move action.
Get him as a move action or a standard action.
Ooh, yeah. Why don't you just take that attack of opportunity? What's the worst that can happen?
Back away from the door.
You got cover.
This is like the Akata fight all over again, where we all fought in a doorway.
How does cover
No,
work in
we
this
need to
situation?
stop doing this.
Both you and it will get cover, so it's up to you if you want.
I'm gonna guarded step behind Alyndra.
Okay, so that is your turn, and that brings us to Andis.
Great, thanks, Knack. Glad you did that.
You still have plenty of space to back up. I mean,
Yeah, back up as well. Everyone take a back
right,
back
I'll
step if
stand-
you're shooting.
I'll stand under this dead critter and shoot through 2 people. Hope I don't shoot Knack in the back of the head.
Okay, that provokes as well.
That's fine.
Is going to try and reach out with its spear attack. Stabby. I don't think I've hit. I've rolled an 8 on the dice, so that is a miss. Cannot get the spear through the door.
Haha.
And shooty times.
All right, we're doing it. 18 to hit.
That is a hit. It
9 points of damage.
goes right through the stone neck of the statue. The head lops off and it falls apart. We're out of combat.
yes.
Oh, good.
I had a
Oh
hit
my
point
God.
left. I was like, come on, guys.
If I'd shot
the first one went down so
hard.
quickly.
If I'd shot the thing, it would have been fine. Unbelievable.
Does it just take reduced damage from what we roll? Because I felt like that one had more HP.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
No, they have the same amount of hit points, but you guys did a lot of small attacks as opposed to one huge attack.
Hey, Patrick, I have a question.
Yeah.
I know that some, if I'm remembering from Pathfinder, aren't some constructs immune to critical hits? These guys weren't.
I don't believe so. No.
Cool. That's awesome. Because I was worried when I did roll the critical hit that it'd be the one time I roll a critical hit and it doesn't matter because it's a construct.
Well, I wonder if
I'll double check
Starfinder-
here because I've got it all up. Bleed, death effects, disease, mind affecting, sleep, stunning, poison, paralysis, necromancy, ability drain, energy drain, negative levels, fatigue, non-lethal damage, ability damage, and any effect that requires a fortitude save unless the effect works on objects or is harmless. So, I mean, you might be remembering two previous editions of other games before Pathfinder where a lot of stuff didn't take critical damage, didn't take sneak attack damage, but
Yeah, sucked.
Patrick, I have a question.
Mhm.
Do these statues have anything good on them for our troubles here?
Dust.
Yeah, that teleporting spear is awesome. I wouldn't mind having that.
yeah, it is. As you pick it up, though, all the magic leaves the spear, and it just becomes a regular tactical spear.
This is why I don't like elvish stuff. Stupid magic.
Alrighty, so you guys, you can all come inside the inner sanctum now. The guardians are gone.
So Remy points out to the table and says that this is what the guardians had said that the elf that was here last night was looking at.
Solstarny runs up to it and says, No. Tahomen, he was angry at me. He knocked me about. I fell unconscious. He must have somehow found his way into the sanctum during the night. She begins to frantically look through a lot of the papers here.
Alyndra assists with looking through papers.
Are you frantically looking too? Just tossing
Yes.
stuff around.
This is not good. We must search through what they have found and collect what we can and leave this place. Do you guys want to all take a look around the room?
Yes.
I'm gonna hang out here, guys. You can look through the elvish, magical, freaky stuff.
You outside.
Shaking in his scales.
He's a little, not that he's a little superstitious, and this just seems like it just seems like bad juju. He just wants to hang out. He's just not wanting to go in.
Gotcha.
So,
I mean, unless you guys are in danger. If someone's in danger and they yell out, he'll go in. But otherwise, he's just gonna relax.
yeah, we'll let you know. So, Alyndra, on her way back to the shelves in the library, she notices that there are 12 diamonds on the floor and wonders if there's anything to inspect there.
Didn't even notice that. I mean, there's all kinds. It's on the map. There's all kinds of iconography carved into different places in the wall. The table, the constellation there seems to be of the Castrovellan night sky, and it's from not just Euclid, but like points all over the planet.
Alyndra would like to compare that to her own star map, which has similar star maps from all over Castrovel.
Right. You walk up to it at the base of this staircase. Looking around this room, you guys find, like I said, hundreds and hundreds of books and scrolls, but scattered amongst them, you find a few pretty interesting little pieces of treasure. And these are things that I think mainly Remy can figure out exactly what they are. 3 spell gems.
Ooh.
You have one of flight, level 2. Ooh. One of remove affliction, and a third of see invisibility.
Nice.
And you also find a mystic staff underneath one of the bookshelves. And it is a mystic staff of healing. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's something typically reserved for mystic classes that do healing spells, and I think it gives them like additional heals per day. Yeah, it's for people that have the healing touch class feature, which I believe is different mystics, different magic users, and gives them. So not something you can use, it's something you can sell that is worth a pretty penny.
I will put it on the sale list.
All right, so as you guys are looking around the room and finding these items, gathering up some notes, Alyndra, Rebecca, your character is just, her eyes are drawn immediately up though to this massive winding staircase. As you're looking over the table in front of it, you see this shimmering, ephemeral, a female figure walking up the staircase, just like the backside of their legs. The skin looks to be made of star stuff, very, very dark here in the room. So just the shadow of something moving up the stairs, and it seems to beckon to you. You feel something pulling you upwards.
Alyndra absolutely follows it.
It does almost look just like a shadow of a figure moving up the stairs. Very, very slight, slender framed woman. So you want to climb up them, Alyndra?
Oh yeah, totally.
It is about 10 stories high. It goes all the way to the top of the temple.
So Alyndra calls out to, over the comm units, says to her team, just FYI, I'm heading up the staircase because something is drawing me to the top.
Andis will follow her up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, enjoy that by yourself.
Yeah. We're gonna hang out here and read books.
So as
glad you're getting your
climbing-
steps in.
Oh yeah, thank you for that. As you're climbing, Solstarny, kind of is gathering up all these scrolls, and we'll talk to Knack and Rami. You're staying down below as well.
Yeah.
And she says, this cultist, this Tahomen, he was trying to bait me for some time, this alter ego, Arab Pequal, and when they abducted me from my office a few weeks ago, I realized it was then that someone must have hacked into my computer. I think he has been obsessed with uncovering this temple's secrets for some time. Like myself, he was infatuated with this Hakuim Zon and the idea of a vault of lost secret information jungle.
Say the name one more time.
Who?
The Pequal?
Arab Pequal. Yes, that was the alter ego that was trying to bait her.
I mean, yeah. All of that tracks.
In the last few days, I've discovered the Oatian elves were just focused on the cosmos, scientifically and religiously, and they built this inner sanctum to worship Desna, but I believe their people later switched to Ibra and the deities of the stars as they developed in understanding. Something, though, happened in the heavens that changed the course of their entire culture, and I think whatever it was is going to be here in these books, these pages.
So, Starny, what exactly does Tahomen think that they can achieve? What are they actually trying to do?
He would not tell me any of his plan, but whatever it is, perhaps it is of some value to the cult of the Devourer.
So, we've heard a lot of this cult of the Devourer talk. What is the cult of the Devourer? Do you know? You've spent a lot of time with them.
She just shakes her head and says that I've seen them in action. They are just brutal people. They do not seem to have any value on living things and people. I mean, you probably know as much as most people. They're not like a public organization. Anything that you might have learned in previous episodes about them through culture checks is just, hearsay and rumors, because there's never been a public cult of the Devourer. It's definitely not a structured organization. If what you have heard is true, different sects, different cells of the cult, and they might never meet one another. They may never talk. This Tahomen might have never met another cultists from another group before. So
yeah, and Rakalwi was able to give us some insight into the organization.
Yeah, at least Tahomen. Let's switch gears and go back up to Andis and Alyndra. Alyndra, as you climb the spiral staircase, you think you see this thin slip of a female figure turning several times around the corkscrew stairs, but always climbing faster than you can follow. When you get to the top, it is an empty observation platform, and as you come up just a few steps behind her, and it looks out over the night sky. Night has fallen here in the mountains surrounding the temple. It's cold, and a cold wind blows over the leeward side of the singing range. There are a few small stone tables here that looks like they've been pretty much ravaged by the elements, by time, so the things that were on them are barely recognizable now. But Alyndra, one of them catches not so much your eye, but it is just stuck in your mind. You hear psychically this noise, this humming sound coming from a large, multifaceted blue crystal sitting on a rusted metal perch.
I'll approach it.
And as you see this thing too, you do not hear what she is hearing, but it just sounds like many, many voices harmonizing together. Alyndra, it is certainly asking you to pick it up.
Can I try to identify that real quick?
Please do.
Just on site. Would that be...
You got mysticism?
I got 1 point. I got 1 rank.
Yeah, roll it.
All right. 5.
Yeah, you're not too sure. It definitely looks maybe
Right.
like some kind of magic. Do you want to pick it up, Alyndra?
Yeah. I think I'm drawn to it. I don't think I have a choice.
So as Alyndra, you reach out and take this crystal, the world around you falls away, and you're just bathed in darkness. And through the darkness, you see this crystal is the only thing lit up in this world, and it's shining in your hand. All of a sudden, out from inside the crystal, the cosmos just explodes, and millions and billions of stars are flying past you, lighting up the darkness. And the light shines to an impossible luminosity as billions of small pinpricks of light wash over you and envelop you. And suddenly you're inside your own mind. You open your eyes and the world has returned, but you're not in the darkness of the top of the tower. It's light outside. There's sunlight. And you're standing in front of the temple's front doors alongside about 100 other elves. They're dressed in fine robes, some in armor, other the vestments of the clergy, and a few of them stand on a raised dais and seem to be making some kind of proclamation. They're speaking in Elven, but you understand them. You can understand exactly what they're saying. An elder-looking elf in long purple robes steps forward and says, "We have come here to speak on that which keeps so many of you up at night, that which has clouded the elders' judgment and inspired the young to take action. We come to speak of the temple's findings. As you all know, we built this place to study the Gate of the 12 Suns, and we have, for decades, kept records of all we could find about the constellation. The scholar priests have not left the sanctum of the temple here in that entire time. Brother Elemen here has been convening with the entity that the zealots have come to call Ibra. Brother, you have some news to share from your communing with the spirit, yes?" A much younger elf, eyes a milky, opaque white, has a constellation tattooed on his forehead. He steps forward and speaks before the assembly and says,
"Ibra has revealed many things to me in the time we have spent together. It was but a few years for you all, but I have spent centuries in contemplation on another plane of existence. Ibra has revealed our worst fears. The Gate of the 12 is not a holy symbol of the gods, but it is made by mortal hands." At
this, there are shouts come from the crowd, people screaming things from anger to fear in Elven. But the young elf speaks over them and says,
I have seen it with another's own eyes. The gate quakes with an energy that we cannot comprehend, but it is not of the gods or arcana. It is something we cannot fathom, a race much further advanced than our own, whose minds we cannot touch. They moved or built the stars in the heavens.
There are a dozen more shouts, but another elf steps forward and quiets them with a single outstretched hand. She is a learned-looking woman with tattoos covering every inch of her exposed frame, hair as blonde as the sun, and she says,
"Colleagues, the truth of the matter now is that further study into this phenomenon is beyond our reach at this time, and to do so is dangerous to say the least. Sure, some think that this gateway might be a portal to a realm of pure knowledge, but the pessimists amongst us believe it holds back the very doors of the abyss itself. Whatever the truth of the matter, we cannot remain here, and we should not study it. So we must leave this temple and return to..."
She trails off as in the crowd a loud outburst of laughter comes from the rear of the courtyard. An elf with disheveled hair and torn robes has a trickle of blood coming out from each of his eyes, steps forward, and she says,
"Brother Pakal, you have something you would like to add?"
He continues laughing. "You think that the gate is as simple as that? No, Sister Cabri, it is much, much worse. I have glimpsed at the shadows in time that the 12 stars throw on this universe. I have seen the missing space. I've heard the cries of torment coming from the gate. I know the nature of that place, and it is beyond death, beyond existence. All the terms we have given to life since the dawning of the gods, none of them apply to it. It is a means to undo all that has been written, all that has been said, and my kin has given it a name. It is one that we have done so in fear and trying to rationalize this pure terror-given thought. We call it the Stellar Degenerator, and it doesn't matter if you burn this temple to the ground and kill everyone to try and keep this secret. It exists. And while it does, we know that it is only a matter of time before it is unleashed upon this universe. There are shouts from the crowd, booing this man down, and he and a few other elves walk down the stairs from the temple, and Alyndra, you see emblazoned on the back of their black robes a red accretion disc sewn into the fabric there. Sister Cabri waits for them to leave, the crowd to quiet before thoughtfully looking around and nodding her heads at the other elders on the dais, and she continues.
Regardless of what it is, we have decided to close the observatory. Whatever the Gate of the 12 Suns is, it's too powerful for us to study, so we shall lock the doors here immediately, but we cannot leave what we have found unguarded. So we are here to ask for a volunteer to stay and stand vigil over time, lest this knowledge falls into the clutches of those who would use it for wrongdoing. Who among you is ready to take this charge?
To your side, Alyndra, you see a hand immediately shoot up. He is draped in bright red, new lamellar armor, still bearing fresh marks from enchantment, and it is a young elf, very young. He steps forward and says, I am ready to guard this place, if it takes me to the end of time. It's Penelier, the Solarian Guardian that you met in front. Yeah, just a few thousand years later. But as I said, alive, young, fresh-faced. Looks like at most he could be 40 or 50 years old. The scene continues here, and the sights and sounds of the other elves fade away, though. They start to get blurry, all except for Penelier, and he kind of looks back over his shoulder and locks eyes with you. And you hear his dying words once again in your ears as everything fades to black. He says,
It is up to you now.
And with that, you're back at the top of the tower. Night has descended. Andis is standing right there next to you. It's very quiet. And the crystal, it seems the psychic energy that was stored up in it has dissipated. You are left with the memories of everything you've seen, as well as what feels like memories of millions of minds. Not a whole lot else happens, but you do speak Elven now, so that's something.
Yay!
Oh, wow. But now that the energy has quieted down a bit, Andis, you take a look at this and can tell that this is a Mark I ability crystal.
Huh.
A magical item that kind of boosts one of your ability scores up.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyone can use it. It's just like a magical crystal that you can carry with you, gives you a boost.
So I actually just looked it up. So
Go
any
for it.
character spends 1 hour communing with the crystal to gain the ability points, and then once it's done, the magic is spent. So it's a one-time upgrade. So you don't just carry it and get it. Like
Right, but it's a chance at +1 to any ability score, right? That's pretty awesome loot. Yeah.
No.
Plus 1 to your bonus, but it's +2 to the ability score.
It's +2 to the ability score.
That's even better.
And you just pick the ability score. So
Very
like it's just like how you get your. It'd be like a +2 belt of incredible dexterity or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Very cool.
yeah, in Starfinder, it's a bit different. There are 3 ability boosts that you can get, a +6, a +4, and a +2, and you can only have 1 of each of them. So you can't boost a whole 6 of your stats up. But I think it was the first one we found. Has someone bought one before? I think there was talk.
Yeah, I've bought a +2 for my dexterity
And an ability crystal as well.
Yeah, mine was a technological
Yeah,
enhancement.
I bought an ability upgrade, but I didn't think that was the same thing.
A personal upgrade?
Yeah, the personal upgrade.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, just a +2. All right, so I imagine you guys are coming down, or anything else you want to do?
Did any time pass for Andis during all that?
She touched the crystal and then kind of shook for about half a moment, and then the energy dissipates, and she just like turns around, and I imagine might look a little out of sorts.
Yeah. Alyndra, are you all right?
I'm not sure. I need a moment to process.
Sure. Well, why don't you hang on to that crystal for now? Let's go back downstairs, and I make
Good
a quick
idea.
perception check around just to make sure that there's nothing weird happening up here.
Sure.
And then I'll follow her back down. Looks normal to me.
Yep, pretty dark out there. You can't really see anything because you are over 100 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
See nothing out there in the darkness. those two continue walking downstairs. You all in the bottom floor here of this inner sanctum are collecting pages and scrolls and tossing them into duffel bags. So Starny is 4 hands reaching out for everything that she can get her hands on. Wasn't everybody make me a perception check?
That's a 20.
24.
19.
Right, so everyone's got their perception checks in. No one hears anything until, as you're gathering things up and, making a lot of noise in the inner sanctum, you hear quite clearly a voice scream out from the opposite side of the temple and say, "Starfinders! Come out! Wherever you may be hidden! I'm ready for you now!" That is coming from the western side of the temple. Not yet explored.
Guys, I think you should get back out here. Sounds like we have a crazy person.
Wouldn't this just be our luck, huh?
Yeah, Alyndra joins Edris outside.
I'll call back out. Whoever you are, why don't you show yourself?
So, I mean, you guys can step forward if you want. Do you want to try and take a look up the western side of the building?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, so as you turn the corner of the inner sanctum, you see a number of cultists standing, weapons out, including a Lashuntan man decked out in a disembarkment suit of armor, adorned with spikes and has an oily, magic-looking sheen to it. He has green hair with long strands of shock white throughout, and he wears a fur collar around his neck. He smiles widely as the few Lashuntan women around him kind of check their weapons. A bloody and beaten Rokawi is on her knees before the cultists, clutching a wound in her arm.
Rokawi, what have you done to her, you monster?
The figure, green and white hair, spies you about 60 feet across from one another, and he says, "Oh, there you are! How nice it is to be able to see you face to face. Dear Salask told me about the brave adventurers running through the jungles, swinging upon the vines like some 10th credit store hero." He throws a bundle of papers in front of Rokawi and what looks like a copy of Hakim Zon's book printed out. "I am Tahomen. A pleasure to meet your acquaintance and to be able to tell you all to your face that you have failed in your mission. We have won and you have failed." And I'm in such a good mood about it that I'm even willing to let you walk out of this temple alive. And your sniveling little pet here too. Congratulations.
Thanks. We'll see you next time, I guess.
There's, of course, a condition. You have to throw down your weapons, return to the inner sanctum, and we shall leave first and be on our merry way. And we don't even have to mention option number 2.
Fat chance, Tahomen. I don't think you want to see what this 10 credit store hero will do if you actually try and tangle us.
Oh, well, obviously, we will fail. You've come this far, and you're so strong, Mr. Vesk. But option number 2 is we're not going to kill you all. We're just going to kill... And he kind of dips his hand looking at the 5 of you and does a little eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to roll that right now. Points his finger at Raimi and says, "We're just going to kill that one right there, and we'll make sure he dies first. But... if you all want to die tonight, we can do that too." But I promise you, he will die.
Yeah, like I would believe the mad ramblings of someone who's obviously gone insane. Tahomen, you couldn't kill Raimi. You couldn't kill any of us. You're just a pathetic man who worships a pathetic cult.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, buddy.
Anytime.
As they're talking, Andis is tracking Tahomen.
He drags Rokawi off her knees and kind of brings her over and has her in front of him and a pistol drawn to her and says, "All right, well, what's it going to be? Would you like to live or would you like to die? And maybe I should have mentioned there is a time limit on this offer, so throw down your weapons and say the next 5 seconds or Rokawi dies first." 5.
I think we all want to
4.
live. Let's just be real here.
3, 2.
Andis shoots.
Get
Bingo,
it.
bango,
Get
we're
him.
in combat. Get him. We rolled initiative before we started, but that shot's gonna go off. What'd you roll there, Andis?
That's 17 on the attack.
Right, and you are indeed shooting through Rokawi, so he's got a a +4 bonus. That is a miss. It scores the wall right next to him. He shoots as well, almost at the same time. A massive rupture of energy goes straight through her chest, and she collapses on the ground in front of you guys. And we're in initiative turn order. Whoa! You know what's funny? The people that rolled the highest on their initiative rolls, Knack and Andis. Yeah, it's pretty funny how it works out like that. Okay, alrighty. And at the top of turn 1 is Knack. Knack's Izrak.
Targeting, what's his name? Get him! Tahomen, thank you.
And the range on that is 60 feet?
Yes.
Oh, you have just got it. Just got 60 feet.
Yeah, baby.
Between you and him. I should mention this side of the temple, the western side, it's another huge starburst pattern, and there's this item here in the middle is like a raised column, about 4 feet tall, and there's a small bag at its base. Anything else you'd like to do, Drew?
Yes, I'd like to quickly withdraw my azimuth laser pistol and fire it. That's a 17 on the die, or 17 with bonuses, 10 on the die.
17 without Rokawi in front of him. That is just a hit.
Yes, for a
with
massive
your own get on.
3 damage.
Nice. Alrighty, that is the first shot on Tahomen. Your turn.
Andis doesn't get angry very often, but Andis is incredibly angry right now. So they're going to take 2 shots.
Ooh, at the big guy?
Yeah, that's 2 misses.
Oh, yeah, no, both of them. Seems to be dodging right out of the way of each. That takes us to Alyndra. Alyndra Valis.
Alyndra's going to move up to this column and hide behind it and pull out her solar weapon and just have it ready in case anybody walks by.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
12.
Right, you can see just in the bag at the base of the column, it looks like there are explosives in there, some bombs.
Can I pick them up or
It's like in a
disable them or something, or no?
Well, it's in a backpack. If you want to open it up, is that what you want to do for a standard?
I'm not sure what that means.
As your action for this turn, you can pick them up and take them.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So if you sneak them back behind the column where you are standing, it doesn't look like they're armed. There's not a detonator in them. But if you were to arm it and throw it, this would be basically the equivalent of a incendiary grenade Mark II.
Okay, nice. Cool.
That takes us to Edros, next in the turn order.
Edros is pretty upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have a question about mechanics.
Yeah, what you got?
So he has the machine gun in his gloves of storing, and I'm wondering, could he whip that out and shoot all the bad guys? Are they within that cone? I'm not sure.
So an automatic fire, the cone is half of the range of the gun. I think the first range increment for the squad machine gun is 60 feet, so it's a 30-foot cone. So
so I'd have to be much closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I think I will move, but I will take out the gun and I will go about half the distance this time.
Okay.
Moving probably 25 feet.
What kind of skills you got, Tyler? What kind of skills does Edros have?
I've got so many skills.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Well, let me show you my skills, because I'm going to shoot Tahomen with a ranged attack.
Oh, okay. With that gun?
With the squad machine gun. Here awesome. It goes.
Well, that makes my job very easier, because skill check for it. You pull the trigger and it goes click. It is not loaded. Empty gun.
Dang it!
But that saves us from getting much closer in range and being like, now's the time, full turn action. But yeah, the gun is empty. You get within 30 feet of these cultists, and empty chamber. And it looks like Raimi, Miles, your good buddy Edros might be in a bit of trouble.
All right. So Raimi unstraps his laser rifle and aims at Tahomen and takes a shot with his laser rifle. 16 with get him.
Ooh, that is a miss. Oh, it's just a miss too. Yeah. Yikes. Wow. About 4 shots have missed Tahomen so far. I'm liking that a lot. Drew, yours was the only one that hit, right?
Yeah.
And what did you shoot with your laser rifle?
My azimuth laser pistol. So 3 damage.
Yeah, but why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check as well?
I said 20 perception.
It is it's dim light on this side of the temple. You can see, because you're just within 60 feet, it doesn't look like that did anything at all to him, to be honest. It struck his armor and seemed to have been absorbed. It's their turn. Tahomen, just laughing maniacally at this point, says, I guess we get to do this the fun way. And he pulls a detonator from out behind his back and releases the plunger. A massive explosion overhead rips through the temple, sending stone and wood careening down on all of your heads. I need everyone to make a reflex save.
Alyndra, watch your step.
All right, reflex save time.
Should have gone for graviton attunement. Darn.
Ooh, yikes. So we've got a couple of good rolls, a couple of bad ones here. It looks like Edros and Andis have failed the save. A couple of huge chunks of stone hit both of you. Most everyone else, you get a few smaller rocks. You're able to dodge out of the way of the larger ones. Let's go here. So everyone that passed, Nak, Alyndra, and Raimi, you take 3 points of damage from the stones. Andis and Edros, that is 7 points of damage to you two.
Got it.
Already. And it fills up the area I've marked here on the map, though, with a huge haze of dust and debris. And this entire area I've denoted in red has concealment as the haze is settling. So that's for this entire next turn. And let's see, I've got a couple of cultists and Tahomen as well. Oh boy, let's see if Tahomen can see through his own problem he's made here. All right, so he's got pretty good perception. Across the room, Tahomen espies you, Raimi, the shot that you just missed near his head, and he says, "A promise is a promise," and is going to make a magical attack against you. A massive discus of pure energy flings through the haze across the room. And attack your EAC. What is your EAC, Mile?
EAC is 16.
Okay, so I've rolled a 4 on the dice here. Jeez Louise. That is a miss. But
Matrix style disc.
Yeah, you're standing by the inner sanctum's kind of butterfly winged wall. It just bounces off of the wall directly ahead of you, and then is going to strike out. Ricochets up to Andis.
What?
Yeah, keeps going. Misses Andis. 147. Bounces off the one more time for a good old Nak Sizrak attack. 14 EAC. I have rolled a 16, so that is a hit. The force disc miss both Raimi and Andis, whose minds seem to be linked up. Yeah, so this force disc barrels into your chest for 7 damage.
Ow!
This area in the middle here is difficult terrain, so a bunch of these cultists are going to move forward as much as they can. Looks like there are 3 female Lashuntans with Tahomen. They step forward, and a couple of them pull weapons out, laser rifles, and another one, a sword. The sword one goes up to Edros, and just going to make an attack with this disgusting looking long sword. Misses pretty handily. The other 2 are going to fire at Raimi. 1 hits and 1 misses. Raimi. Ooh.
Are they even within distance?
Yeah, they've got a laser rifle just like you. That is 11 points of damage for the one that hits, max damage. And that is their entire turn. It takes us top of turn 2, Nak Sizrak.
All right, so who do I have vision of at this point?
So if you want to give me a perception check, you can, to try and see through the haze. Yeah. So you can see the outlines of just about any of them, but there's a concealment chance. If you want to hit people, it is a 20% miss chance if you want to try and shoot through the cloud in the middle of the chamber.
I would like to cast Get 'em on one of them, so do I have enough to cast Get 'em on any of them?
Yep, you can see the 3 figures easily at the very front, at the very least.
Okay, I'm going to cast Get 'em on the one that is menacing Edros.
Right, yep, so she's got her long sword out.
Okay, and I am going to attempt to shoot that same one with my azimuth laser pistol.
Alrighty, you can give me a shot.
It's a 17 on the die.
That's a hit. Now roll me a d10, a 1 and a 2, it is a miss.
It's an 8 on the D10.
So the mischance for concealment is only 20%, so that is a hit.
Yes.
For 3 points of damage.
Only 3 points of damage.
Sure, but you do hear her kind of wince and grit and bite through the pain as your laser bolt strikes true. So that one did seem to do damage. Andis 147, your turn.
Andis is going to step up and give Raimi some cover here.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see. Well, let me make a perception check to see what I can see.
Yeah.
14.
Right, so you might be able to pick out the figures maybe in front of Edros, but everyone else...
Plural? Like those three?
Yeah, we'll
Those
see.
three cultists?
Any
Okay.
one of the three ladies that have stepped into the cloud kind of with you.
Okay, so I've lost sight of Tahomen, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at, let's say, this one, the one who just hit Raimi.
Oakley dokley.
There we are. 23 to hit.
Louise. That'll be a hit.
Well, let me give you my D10 real quick. It's not a 2 or a 1.
Yeah, definitely a hit.
All right, so that's max damage. That's 12 points of damage.
Yeah,
Ouch,
baby.
ouch, ouch. You see them kind of buckle a bit with the pain, but stand right back up, have their rifle aimed in your direction as well. Alyndra, your turn.
Okay, Alyndra now has explosives in her possession, and she makes an eye at Adros. Think I have to step from behind this column to throw anything, right?
No, I mean, you can throw it from where you are. I should say that once again that these are not primed. They're not ready to work as a grenade yet, though. They're basically just like plastic explosives, but they do need a detonator.
Oh. Okay, so I have to attach a detonator to them before they're a bomb or whatever.
That is
right?
correct.
Okay.
But Adros
All right, in
has
that case-
detonators, so...
Yeah, I know, he does, but he doesn't have the bomb. So Adros, what should I do with these explosives?
I need to deal with the threat in front of me, and then we should rendezvous with the explosives and see if we can't give Tahomen a big surprise.
Okay, so I should hold on to them for right now?
For now, yes.
Okay.
Wait, guys. I'm playing Tahomen. What's the surprise? Did you remember his birthday?
Yes, we've remembered your birthday. And we're very happy. It's a big present. It's going to be one of those candles that really suck where you have to blow on them multiple times.
Those are my favorites, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so what do you want to do, Alyndra?
Oh gosh.
Rebecca. Still got an action.
All right. I'm going to I don't know. I'm going to actually move up to this goon that's kind of on the opposite side from where Adros is right now, and also behind cover of Tahomen. I'm going to use my solar weapon against this thing. That's a 17 to attack.
17 against KAC is a hit. Alyndra, you do also need to make a concealment roll to see if you hit or not. So that is a D10 roll. Very important one, yeah.
6.
All right. Yep, so it is indeed a hit.
Great.
Nice.
That's 13 damage with photon attunement.
This is the one that Andis had just shot second earlier. You come up with the 1-2 punch of a shot to the chest and a sword to the head. They fall down dead.
Nice.
Yeah. What happens when you team up on my guy?
Another one bites the dust.
And that brings us to Adros' turn. Tyler.
I think you're going to get an attack of opportunity here because I can't take a guarded step in difficult terrain, if I'm remembering correctly.
That is correct. What do you want to do?
So I'm just going to move to where I am not within 15 feet of Alyndra, as I address. Well, let me look. Let me make a perception check and see what I see. I guess that would be fair.
Yeah, you're
19.
You're pretty sure you'd want to get out of range of her exploding in a stellar power explosion.
Yeah, he's seen this before, so he's gonna back away. But I think because of the difficult terrain, you're still gonna get an attack of opportunity on him.
Oh yeah, because it just counts as a move action. Oh hey, my fourth one of the night. So don't be worried about that.
All right,
roll
and
that D10 miss chance as well. Oh, it would have been a double miss. I rolled a 2 there. So. Good. I'm glad this fight's going.
All right, and while he moves, he's gonna be pulling out that curved blade that he feels so good about because of the last battle, and he's gonna try and bring it down on his enemies with the +1 to get them included in it. Is gonna mean that this 14.
4 on the dice. That's a miss.
Oh,
That is a miss.
dang it.
Taking us to Raimi. Your turn.
All right, I'm actually gonna move, so I'm kind of out of everyone's view, and take a MK1's healing serum.
Oh, taking some damage from the previous couple fights.
I've taken a lot of damage, actually. Yeah.
Wow. Already.
No one paid attention to Raimi. And 1 point.
Oh no. So yeah, that puts you out of view of most of the combat here. You're next to Professor Solstarny by the entrance to the inner sanctum. Alrighty, that is your guys' turn too. On their turn, the remaining cultists are gonna divide up. One of them is gonna go to Alyndra, pull out their blade, their long sword, make an attack against her. Okay, so that is gonna be a hit.
Concealment.
I'm gonna roll that D10, but I'm gonna roll high. Yeah, 9. Why can't you be happy for me, everybody? Why can't you be happy when I succeed? Okay, that is 10 points of damage. I should sword up backside. This one here on Idros is going to go ahead and attack. Yeah, she's gonna go crazy. She's going to attack twice on Idros. Ooh, I'm glad I did. 19 on the dice, and 7 on the dice. So that second one is going to be a miss. The first is a hit. I need to release concealment. Oh, nope, sorry, Tyler. This one misses you again because of concealment. Shoot.
Yes!
I'm hoisted by my own petard. And Tahomen looks the both of you over. Doesn't seem to be able to see Raimi. Oh, but Tahomen is not going to be the same, right? Tahomen's a smart Lashenton. And without Raimi to target, he looks through the haze and sees you, Alyndra, and all of a sudden is inside your mind. You see him through the haze. He seems to have some kind of contraption on his head, amplifying his voice inside your own head. And all of a sudden you are flooded with pain and anger and all kinds of violent imagery and thoughts. I need you to make a will saving throw for me.
Oh no.
12, that is a fail, and he has cast Mind Thrust on you. Good deal of damage here.
Oh no.
Apologize if I roll well on this one. Oh, so good, so good. 24 points of damage.
Oh, crap.
Fuck.
Okay.
As your brain just is melting out your ears almost. It is so painful, it racks your physical body with pain. And that is his turn. The dust has settled here in the center of this chamber. We are no longer in concealment mode. And taking us to turn 3, Knack, what you got?
Alyndra, how you living?
Not great.
Well, stick in the fight. We're gonna get through this. Here's 11 stamina.
Can you knack?
Now, is that one 60 feet? That ability 60 feet. Do you recall, Drew?
I believe it's just as long as I'm in vision of the character.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's also only 40 feet away. I mean,
Boy. It is a standard action, and it's an ally within 30 feet who has taken damage. So,
Give it to me then.
If you move forward, your full movement through this difficult terrain, you will be within 30 feet. So you're going to have to move forward, getting closer to the enemy, if that's what you want to do. I knew one of them was. Get him 60, inspiring boost 30.
I'm gonna cast Get Him on the one that is menacing Alyndra right now.
Okay, so
Hang on.
just a move action, standard action. What you got?
Well, I mean, the problem is I can do something to attack people, or I can cast a healing ability, and it's.
Well, you are within 30 of Miles, right? Of Raimi.
Yeah.
If you want to hand one out to him, you can.
I'm going to.
Hey!
Raimi, here's 11 stamina, so don't feel like I never do anything for you.
Yeah, don't get too enthusiastic, Bubby.
What an inspiring speech
Yeah.
on that game.
I think I might join the other team and just try to kill Knack.
Don't say I didn't give anything to you. All right, so that is Drew. That's your turn. Andus 147. Back to you.
As the dust settles, Andus is just walking through the dust, like that scene in Terminator where like where like the smoke machine is going and then the T-1000 kind of like steps through with like the laser guns. Yeah, that's what's happening right here.
Nice.
Taking shot at the one on Alyndra, I think, to take advantage of get him. And so that's 22.
Ooh, boy, that's a hit.
Yes!
All right. That'll be 8 points of damage to that one.
Already. Yep, so you shoot her in the back as she's trying to bring this wicked-looking longsword down on Alyndra. And speaking of Alyndra, it is her turn. Rebecca.
All right, so this one's still up, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Has moved in, kind of pinned you against the wall.
Okay, so if I took a guarded step to the south of this person, would I be...
Unfortunately, in the difficult terrain, cannot take guarded steps.
Can't do that, okay.
You can move, but it will provoke an attack of opportunity.
So by moving here, I would be within range of both of these two goons, but not Adros, right?
Correct.
And not Andis?
Nope. Andis is in range. Sorry, didn't even
crap.
look at it.
It's cool. It's cool. I've got reflex. I'm good.
All right. Oh God, I'm
Do it.
so scared of an
Do it.
attack of opportunity. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, so I'm going to go here and use my supernova and probably fail.
All right.
Let's
Well,
see.
before you do it, attack of opportunity.
Oh crap.
That is a 15 against KAC.
Oh crap.
that a hit?
KAC 14.
Already. That's a hit
Yeah.
for 8 points of damage.
Okay, I'm good. I'm barely, but I'm good.
Still up. All right.
Barely still up. All right.
Barely?
Yeah, barely. So I'm gonna use supernova
Alrighty.
and
So
try to blow people up.
Oh,
I fail. So hard.
very low damage. So they're gonna make a reflex save real quick. No! 20 on one reflex save and a 19 on another.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so happy about wasting my 20.
Oh, Alyndra is so dead. Oh my god.
So they take a couple points of damage. Not that much. And Andis, you need to make a reflex save as well.
Andis, watch your step.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, yeah, that's something you can do.
How about that? Hey, I got a pretty good one too.
How many natural
We trade
20s?
rolls?
20s
Come
and
on.
ones this game. Okay.
I'm imagining that this like Rebecca's like stellar explosion just sort of a kind of fizzles. It's like sparks. It's like prestidigitation.
Yeah, something just thrown her off.
Oh my god.
What do you have? Edros, Tyler, your turn.
First and foremost, you get to make an attack of opportunity against me.
Oh, geez, what are you doing?
Moving.
Okay, making that attack roll. That is a hit.
All right.
AC. Maximum damage, 12 points of damage.
Woo-hoo.
Woo, woo, woo.
All right. Doing fine. And Edris is able to leave the difficult terrain and he exits right next to Tahomen. And he picks up his massive curved blade and he tries to bring it down on this evil, terrible man. And then if he hits, maybe he'll have a witty one-liner.
Yeah, Tahomen looked very excited about this prospect.
That's going to be a 28.
Against KAC. Let me double check my notes here. That is a hit.
Yes! Yeah, minimum damage. Dang you, Tahomen, for your lucky minimum damage. 11 points of damage to you, Tahomen. Let's see how you fare against me. Roar!
So 11 points, you bring your blade into his midsection, and it, like his armor crackles as you hit it. The energy radiating from his midsection, kind of like a blue lightning across his chest. And he just smiles. It seems to absorb the entirety of the blow. And then the damage, the energy forces itself back onto your blade and up your arm. I need you to make a reflex save.
Right. I really don't like that. Reflex saves are also my worst save.
I was going to say it's your favorite, right? Reflex save.
Yeah, I love them.
Hey,
18
but guess
though. Hey.
guess what? Yeah, you saved against most of the damage, so you only take 5 points of the damage that you gave to him.
All right.
Only half of it. Okily dokely. So that is your turn, Raimi, hiding Dr. Solstarny behind the inner sanctum table, the temple. What do you want to do?
Take another healing serum.
Stabbing yourself.
Yep. That's a 1d8.
Nice.
And that's a 5.
Nice.
Alrighty. Okily dokely. That takes us to their turn. Turn 3. Okay, so this one steps behind you, Edros. and it's going to make another attack. This cultist with blade. That is, I think, your KAC right now is 22 still.
Yeah.
Okay, that is just a hit, bare minimum,
No! Dang it!
for 9 points.
Uh-oh. I think I might have made a mistake, guys.
This one is going to attack Alyndra. That is a hit for maximum damage. 12 points.
I'm out.
Yikes.
Alyndra falls to the ground.
Yep.
Hurt. Here, Tyler Tahomen takes a guarded step back.
I follow.
Alrighty. And he is going to cast... He's going to cast a very similar spell on you. He is inside your mind, and I believe with the mind thrust, you get a will saving throw for half damage.
He also gets an attack of opportunity.
No, because step up consumes my reaction.
Oh.
Yeah, so you are on top of him still, but no reaction to attack. Go ahead and make me that will save, Tyler.
Good. I mean, please.
Hey,
23?
half
23?
damage.
Come on!
Maximum damage on the mind thrust. 2 10s. Oh, it's so good. He is very happy to deal 10 damage to you. And that is their entire turn. Turn 4, top of the turn order. Nax Izrak by himself, the corner of the room.
Is this still difficult terrain?
It is indeed full of rocks and beams of timber.
So instead of 30 feet, I can move 15?
Correct, with a single move action.
All right, so I've moved there. Alyndra, I can't hit her with a healing serum, can I?
A healing serum? No.
From 20 feet away behind a pillar? No!
I forget the pillar's there.
What if he puts it in a squirt gun?
You can reach her and be able to do it on your next turn, if that's what you want. So you were about 30 feet away, so so you're moving up to the western side of this small column.
Yeah.
All right, that's your entire turn, and it's 147.
All right.
Grab.
So did Tyler hit this guy at all? This cultist?
The cultist.
Right, because I still have Tahomen tracked, but Edris just stepped in the way. I was so excited when that cultist got out of the way. I was just like, I'm gonna take 2 shots and to crit this fool and drop him.
Cultist has taken a little bit of damage, not a whole bunch, but it is eyeing you next. It looks like.
Okay. Well, I'm going to shoot the one standing over Alyndra's body.
Okay. Unobstructed shot here. Just single attack.
I'm doing 2.
All right.
Okay, well, the second one's not going to do anything. The first one, a 15.
That is a hit.
Oh, yes!
Oh,
Yep,
man.
against 12 AC. Just a hit. Ooh, they are still up, but you open a giant hole in her shoulder, and she takes her attention off of Alyndra and comes your way.
All right.
With what remaining strength she has in her. Alyndra, your turn. You are unconscious on the ground.
Yeah, I'm down. What can I do? Can I use an RP to...
Yep, you can use a single resolve point to stabilize yourself. Turn.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, and I believe next turn you can spend another one, at least one at this level you guys are at, to regain a single hit point if you want to get back into things.
Okay.
Edros, Tyler.
Time to take a guarded step. And then I'm not sure what to do about this, guys. I'm wondering if metal weapons just reflect off this dude.
This would be a case where mysticism might be useful skill to figure out what was cast.
I'm gonna try and grapple him.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking, because
mystics aren't known to have great CMDs, so
and if I grapple him, he can't cast spells,
right?
And
all right,
I'm not gonna get damage reflected back at me. So
you've locked into a grapple. This is going to be a DC 26, so go ahead and roll that for me.
Oh, good God.
So I will get a +8 to this, which means I have to roll an 18.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Oh, I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2.
Just shy.
no. Oh, jeez.
Back to my old ways. I had one brilliant moment, and now I die. Adieu.
Raimi, you hear all hell breaking loose around the corner from you. You hear Edros screaming. Alyndra has cried out in pain. Multiple shots of fire come in. It is your turn. What do you want to do, Miles?
So that gate's still unlocked, right?
Gate.
Yeah, that we came in, so I could just run away?
The front doors of the temple?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move here, and I'm going to take a laser rifle shot at the cultist over Alyndra's butt.
All right. So moving into the difficult terrain again. Go ahead and give me that attack.
15.
That is just a hit. Barely a hit. Go ahead and roll me that damage.
2 plus 4, that's 6.
She had 3 hit points left. Dropping that cultist.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Woo.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Raimi.
Yeah, he peeks out from over your shoulder and scores a direct hit. And that brings us to the cultist's turn. This one, the single remaining cultist under Tahomen, is going to move up to Edros.
Oh, jeez.
Cover her master. Make an attack roll against him. Misses. Wildly. Wildly misses.
And it hits Tahomen, right?
Tahomen, once again, will 5-foot step, guarded step away from you. Tyler, you following? Pursuing? All right.
I am pursuing.
Let's see here. Okay. So, a small canister on Tahomen's back slides open. He flings in your direction a number of magical nanites, spraying you with acid. What is your EAC? 20? All right. This is caustic conversion, a spell that we know very well. And that is
Crap.
44.
Does he get any kind of save to that?
Nope. I was going to say, Miles knows well.
Yes,
All right, that,
2 ones. 2 ones.
9 points of damage, yeah. Basically average on that. But you will be taking damage next turn as well. And that takes us top of turn 4, Knack.
To the cultist that's right here, I'm going to cast Get Him.
Okay. So
And
the single cultist still alive.
And I'm going to hit Alyndra with a Serum of Healing Mark 1.
All right, stabbing her.
And that's a D8. So
Are you going to roll it?
Yeah, cross your fingers. That's a 7.
Nice.
Nice. Her eyes open up. She's back in the fight. Candace. 147.
All right. So I'm getting a +2 from Edros on Tahomen. I've got him tracked, and I'm going to make 2 shots.
On Tahomen? Ooh,
Yes.
Nice.
So this is +2.
Yes! Oh, boy.
All right.
When you need them.
That is 19 points of damage on the crit. And let me give you some burn damage here. 1 point of burn damage.
Right. So you score the Tahomen right in the side of his armor. It seems to absorb a little bit of that, but a massive amount goes through. You can see it scorching his flesh underneath.
Yeah, not so funny now. Not so funny now, is it? All right, here goes the second shot.
Oh boy.
Less good. 14.
That is a miss.
Wait, no, sorry, 16 to hit.
Miss, because it's -4,
Okay.
right? Not
Right.
That
Yeah.
includes your -4. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, well, that was a little bit of excitement. Let's take it down to Alyndra. You're back into the fight.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so can I stand up now?
Yep, that's a move
On
action.
my side. Okay, so that's a move action to stand up. Yeah.
Correct.
So I'm going to use a Serum of Healing.
All right, so
Mark
that is
1.
going to be your turn. Yep, go ahead and roll that.
That's it. And it's a 1. Lovely.
Yes.
I know how that feels.
Edros.
You don't have any mark. Okay. Edros will take.
5 points of damage.
Yes, he will. Well, at the end of my turn. Still
Is it the end, Raimi? Is that correct?
Yes.
Nice.
So he will take a guarded step right here. And once again, he tried to grapple, didn't seem to work. I don't know how this is going to go, but he's just going to make another. He's not very smart. He's just going to go for another curved blade attack.
Okay.
All right. And it's going to be a 21.
That is a hit.
Yes!
16 points of damage? Question mark.
Every single bit of it seems to go through this time.
And then he burns in terrible pain. And he doesn't look
right.
good, by the way. He looks really bad. Like mountain eel bad, almost.
Right, so he does take, we did, 1 point of damage on that burn, but the flames dissipate. He's saved against the critical effect. And that takes us to Raimi. Your turn. He's not looking too good. He's looking pretty hurt.
All right, so Raimi is going to cast Magic Missile.
Yes!
On who?
On Tahomen.
Already.
All right, so 4, 4 is 8.
Yep, 4, 5, and 1. It looks like what we get.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So 10 points of damage.
4, 5,
Four and
and
5
2.
is 9, and 2 is 11.
Oh, sorry, 11 points of damage.
All right, all 3 of those hit Tahomen as he's reeling from this critical hit in his side, and he looks over his shoulder and spies you, Raimi, and laughs in your direction. It is his turn. He takes a 5-foot step towards you. This cultist is going to take his position.
He can't. I'm right there.
Oh, you're following behind?
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, that's fine. All right, this cultist is going to try and drop you one more time. 22. No, 23.
Dang it. That's one above. Please roll.
10 points of damage.
Oh, boy. I look real good. Like, super awesome good.
Please describe what's happening.
Is it a good looking corpse, or is it like a
You look still up.
I'm barely up. He looks like he's he's barely hanging on. He's every bit of his energy is to trying to kill Tahomen.
Well, luckily, Tahomen sees Raimi again because he just got hit with his magic missile and is going to cast in his direction. He's going to hurl another pure energy disc. Actually, first at Andis because he is first in the way. Your EAC, Andis. Oh boy.
Oh, natural 1.
Natural 1. Why?
Oh,
Is that your 6th?
yeah, my EAC is 2 actually, and I can't believe you missed it.
It bounces right off. You dodge out of the way of it, but it does hit Raimi.
I get a reflex save, don't I?
No. The force disc, no save, but it's because you're the secondary target on this spell. It's 2d6 damage, so not as much as that. It won't. 8 points of damage. All right, and that is their turn. Nexus Rack. Got your friend. Back in the fight.
We gotta win this turn, guys. Let's go.
All right, on Tahomen, I am going to cast Get 'em! Atros! Evie! Come on, man. You're big Vesk. Do something. Inspiring boost.
Oh, boy. Because you move forward, you're just within range for that ability.
Yes.
I will do all the things, Knack.
And is 147. It's your turn.
All right, I'm not gonna screw around with any double shots this time. I'm taking 1 shot at Tahomen.
Okay.
All right. 13, 14, 15, 16.
16.
Against DAC.
That is a miss. Oh no.
That would have been max damage.
Yeah, that would have been. Oh, we miss it by 1. Oh, Alyndra, you're up.
Okay, Alyndra's going to stumble over 15 feet and then stare at Tahomen and stellar rush toward him.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
So you
Use a solar weapon, just standard
do that
melee at
attack.
the end.
All right, you are rushing into a flanking position.
That's right, flanking. So that's a 26 to attack.
Yes.
Hit.
Max damage.
Max damage. Well, kind of max damage. Max damage on my crystal. So that's 15 damage, 16 damage because of photon attunement.
Oh, yes.
You shoulder charge into him, stabbing the blade deep within his chest. He falls dead.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Needed every single point of damage in that attack.
Oh, there's still one more up. Don't celebrate too much.
Combat.
I know we're not.
Ed Ross, it is your turn. You have a single cultist on you.
Edris turns to this cultist and says, "Get out of here, small fry!" And he's gonna make a double attack. First attack with the curved blade. I hope it's really high since I'm trying to be cool.
Nope.
18! Or no, 14. 14.
That is a miss.
Oh no.
Maybe the next one will be better. 14!
Tyler, you take 5 points of acid damage. And it is the end of your turn.
That's unfortunate.
Raimi, it is your turn.
Raimi kind of just smirks seeing Tahomen fall and aims his laser rifle at the cultist. That's 13 plus 1, 2.
Sorry, that
15?
is indeed a miss. But it's okay, because this cultist has one last chance to try and kill Tyler's character. 2 attacks! Aww.
Nope.
I was about to say, I need to roll really high on both these. And 2 9s, both fails.
Yes.
That looks really familiar.
Drew, your turn.
All right, get him and azimuth laser pistol
Pew pew. Hey, that's a hit.
for 4 damage.
Nice. Alyndra.
What?
Oh, sorry. Andis, 147.
I was like, oh, man. I guess I died when I wasn't paying attention.
Come on.
All right, I'm going to track it and shoot it.
All right. Tracking shot. Never gonna get this combat done. That's a miss.
Oh, my God.
Alyndra, Valis.
Okay, I'm gonna step where this Tahomen guy, I'm just gonna step all over his body and
Ouch. Insult to injury. That was my character.
Pronk that guy.
Respectful of the dead.
No, I spit on it.
no.
Pronk him.
Okay, and I'm going to use my slur one. That's a 24 to attack.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Awesome, and 10 damage. 11 damage, sorry.
Right. Okay, yeah, so she's not doing too well. She looks like ready to drop. Tyler, it drops Verana's.
One guarded step, no messing around this time. One single attack, one curved blade, one head lopped off a stupid female Lashutton shoulders. Maybe. Never mind. I said again. This is the worst.
Oh, that is a miss. 5 on the dice. Raimi, your turn. Miles, God.
Please kill this thing.
Armor class is not that high, guys. Come on.
Wait, I think I have one more spell left.
You have a single level 1.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you have your spell hack, too. Or your spell cache. You have your spell cache as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast magic missile.
All right. Roll it.
All right.
Jeez.
6 plus 5 is 11 plus 4 is 15.
Right. You cast all those at her chest. They pummel her into the ground. She had 5 hit points left. She is dead, and we are out of combat.
Yes. All right.
Good.
All right.
That's the GM clapping for you guys. I hope you feel happy beating my CR 6 encounter here. Hey guys, that's the end of book 2. That's the end of Temple of the 12.
Awesome.
There's no to be continued or anything?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you want from me. I could say to be continued, but this adventure, this part of our story is concluded. Book 2. And we're obviously going to be back next week to tie up some loose ends.
Okay.
But I feel like you guys should revel in at least a little bit of accomplishment and not dying.
Raimi is mocking this dude all day long.
Yeah, pronk these bad guys.
That is, like I said, that's the end of the book. That's the end of the story. No to be continued this week, but I got something else for you guys.
What's up?
You guys leveled up to level 5?
Yes.
And that is what we're going to be talking about next week. We have some things to tie up here in Eucalam before we get ready to move on to book 3 of the Dead Sun's Adventure Path.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yay,
man.
can't wait.
Sweet. You guys can sleep easy tonight. Everyone lived. Even Miles' character, Raimi. I was really trying to kill you so hard, Miles. Trying my best.
Yeah, that difficult terrain might have saved his life there.
A few times, yeah. Right.
Or hiding like a smart person.
Yeah, you didn't want to run into battle. That's going to do it for us this week, this book. And guys, we are a third of the way through the entire adventure path.
I can't believe it.
That's crazy.
And we're still alive. We're still alive.
That's pronking crazy.
This
for
week.
now. Yeah, so let's end it there. And as always, thank you guys for playing another book of the Starfinder AP with me.
Thank you. This is awesome. I love it.
Signing off here. Why doesn't everybody say good night?
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Fly, you fools.
Good night.